Hello everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Grandmasters Last Call. We've approached the final match of the day. It's the decider match for Group B between Habugabu and Fled. Who will move on to Group B and who will be eliminated from Grandmasters? Not have enough points to make playoffs and probably be sad. You know who's not sad is Neil Lorinda Bond, aka just Lorinda, who's going to be joining me on this journey through the decider match. How you doing, Neil?
Doing good. Again, always that sort of sadness at seeing people go, but I'm also happy to see people get through. So, hey, it balances out. Interesting matchup in a way, especially in the lineups. Both players on a ban druid strategy, but approaching it very differently. Fled with the, I've got priest, haha, your rogue is not going to work. And Habu with the, haha, you've got rogue. I'm going to beat it somehow. I don't know how, but I'm just going to find a way.
I'm going to win the mirror.
I'm going to win the mirror, and then I've got you because my other two decks are better than your decks anyway. Or I'm just going to sweep you, yeah, after your priest has done its thing. So, pretty interesting how they've thought about this. Fled, one of the few players this week, he's not the only one, with the Quest Priest, the deck that sort of embraces what Last Hero Standing is about, which is where I'm going to counter two of your decks and win with my other deck against your other deck. And Habu just bringing what he considers good decks for the predicted meta. And one of those decks is this Quest Hunter, which, again, mentioned this earlier, I'm surprised we didn't see a little bit more of this week. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's like the bring. Yeah. I'm surprised that very few people chose to bring it.
So this is going to be really funny first game because both players tried to mind games each other, I think. Habugabu, who's just been jamming rogue game one all day.
Oh,
cute Quest Hunter, and Fled, who's like Habugabu's just been jamming rogue game one all day, and I've been jamming rogue game one all day. Cute Quest Priest. Oh no, he queued the worst matchup.
Last Hero Standing. If the priest loses, it's gone, and then Habu's rogue is free to just run around roguing on people. That is a huge gambit from both players, and definitely in Habu's favor right now. And it's a major part of Last Hero Standing, this actual mind games, not the conquest mind games where it's like, well, if this and this and this, and you maths it out and it makes no difference in the long run, you might as well just random it. This is a genuine mind game that has been won by Habu here. But Fled's just won 3 in a row with Quest Priests, so maybe we're just wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. But this feels like the worst matchup because your disruption comes quite late in the form of Mutinous, but you can still Mutinous or Theatar the quest reward, but Habugabu could just set up a situation, certainly has the time to set up a situation where completes the quest on the same turn that he plays it.
Yes. Yeah, there should be no problem getting it online. I guess Fled has to manage his heal. Obviously, killing any minions that should pop up is no problem. Habu can waste time with secrets and stuff, which just don't achieve anything early on. So things can go wrong for the Hunter, but it's a super, super matchup for him.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look-see. What do we have? There's, of course, the 40-card Spell Mage. Oops, didn't mean to click that.
Demolition Renovator!
Someone had that up from earlier, and I just clicked on my second monitor and actually hit the button. It's a big button, to be fair.
Amazing.
So it was playing the Secret Passage with Dumbledore Bunker to be able to kind of thin the 40 cards just a little bit better. Find the good stuff.
Job done.
Oh, we got
that helps.
a 1, 2, probably 3, 4 going on now.
Yeah, it was looking fairly bleak. Now it's looking pretty decent.
Got a 5. Got a 6.
Counting. 3.
There's a 3.
He just hovered over them in order. What a guy.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off the top. Is that a 7? Oh.
And then you're dead because you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while you've just been playing cards that do nearly nothing to the Quest Hunter. Oh, that's a better 3. Oh, yeah, that's a minion.
Occupy that board. Give your opponent some targets.
And then next turn, get rid of that board again. What's the spell school for Clean the Scene?
It will be the nice
Let's
one.
just all find out together. It's holy!
Yeah, I told you it's the nice one. Because it's got the word clean in it. All the shadow spells are like dirty.
Okay.
Eight.
Oh, it's an 8. Just missing a 7. This 4 works out quite well because it's not active, so the 3-1 stays alive. Oh, 7! Oh, yes! Just gonna look at Flood's face.
It's like Sudoku with Lorinda and TJ. Oh, can I sit a 7 on top of the 6?
It's so funny if Habugabu just plays a Renathal here, just gets perfectly cleaned up by Clean the Scene.
Is this the deck? Is this Quest Priest just going to 6-0 the second half of the group?
Well, I mean, what's interesting is that, like, Light Shower Elemental into, like, Xyrella as the 8 is not bad, because that's a lot of health gain.
Mutinous might do something along the way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it doesn't. You're playing it anyway, unless you get another 7 before now and then.
Yeah, just get rid of your Renathal. Get out of here.
Idiot.
This is great. This is so great. I don't know why I'm loving this so much, but
Not even attacking because it doesn't want to trigger explosive. It just doesn't matter.
we've come full circle. It's like when we first saw Quest Priest, we're like, oh. But we saw how well it did against Rogue, and we're like, okay. And then we just started to despise it because we kept seeing it so much. But now Stockholm Syndrome has taken effect, and because we've been stuck with it so long, we just can't help but root for it.
Yeah, you can do it, Quest Priest. 6, 7, 8.
Just don't even think, just jam. And then what it is Mutinous on 7, Xyrella on 8, Quest Reward on 9, Shard on 10. It's one of those moments, if we see it, I'll quit.
You reckon? Not happening?
If that's exactly how it plays out. If it's Mutinous on 7, Xyrella on 8, Quest Reward on 9, and then top decks, Quest Reward Spell on 10. Oh my gosh. For the win?
Don't quit, because then I have to cast on my own more Quest Priest games.
Nope.
I'm
happens.
just sane enough to cast them with your help.
If it happens, I'm done.
I'm just out of here.
I'm never casting Hearthstone again.
7.
This Mutinous is actually gonna eat something. Also,
Abu's eyes are getting wider and wider as well as this is going on. It's like, nah, this is not happening. No way, dude. Just not a thing.
this is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Eight. Obviously, there's a thrive that would not make you quit, but would be a thing that could happen. Looking at the deck list here for Habu to see if there's anything. There's no theatre or any nonsense because this deck's kind
in a
of
whirlpool. I think he's Xyrella. If anything, for the upgraded hero power.
well, for the healing, yeah, I suppose. Is it upgraded? I guess it is. It's 2.5 eternity. Yeah, Habu. Turn 8.
I guess you do it this way so the minions don't stick around on board.
Turn 8, and he's played 8 different cards this game.
This is so great. And Habugabu like held out from super fast quest completion for the Tavish game plan.
Those aren't ice traps.
Completed his quest before the hunter. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, Huffer. Damage is pouring in.
Cast the darkness from your heart.
Let's prepare to trigger an ice trap and then counter spell to counter the next one.
Yeah, but it's not Ice Trap. We're digging.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, didn't go full dig.
Doesn't need to. It's on the top already, TJ. Fled is feeling it. He's still on 38 damage. He's trying to take it seriously, but I just can't. I'm sorry, boss, but I'll take this.
Oh, I'm not the boss.
Hugely important match. Both of these two players, obviously.
Oh my gosh. Is he gonna get the ice trap online?
Got it, right? He might lose next turn if he doesn't.
Well, I guess if he does get the ice trap up, it means I'm not gonna quit.
Or he could play a different trap to make Fled test for ice trap and then play the ice trap the turn after.
Ooh, that's like the double ice trap.
But we've seen Fled already. Just ignore counterspell. Is it there?
Oh no. I don't know. Do I want to quit?
I don't want you to quit.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. It's a 1 in 26. Whew. Okay.
All right, TJ's secure. My life is a lot easier now.
Ooh, Zarella. That's a clear though.
That's a thrive. And he's missed.
And damage is gonna start coming in.
He's got Zyrella and Light Bomb, and I guess the damage from the actual deck design. Yeah.
I mean, Habugabu's hand actually isn't that good. There's not even anything that deals damage, but all these things are gonna turn into things that deal damage. Yeah, Zyrella healed for 5, though. Why the Huffer? Why the Huffer?
I don't know.
You just give an extra Huffer.
Yeah. It's strange.
You'll need to run faster than that.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's probably a reason. I can't think what it would be. Oh, now we're just on top deck watching for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but with Ice Trap in hand, Habugabu's at least gonna buy a turn when he wants it.
Yeah.
Unless Fled decides to say, it's not Ice Trap. At this point, it would definitely be Ice Trap, because there's no other possibilities of anything that it can be. Ice Trap. 1 in 23. Oh, wrong shard.
Wow.
Didn't want Naru, wanted Purified.
Instructions unclear. Please send again. This deck does two things. It's just done the first half really well, and the second half it's not doing very well. Yes, it is!
Yeah, but this could be lethal. Probably not, but it could be. Looking for Leox and Huffers. We're at 10 right now on board. Piercing shot can make that 15. Ooh, Amisha. Oh, no. Well, it's like, no ice trap, no ice trap, no ice trap, no ice trap. Actually, the ice trap's guaranteed to be there, right?
Yeah. Is whether you play it, which you do, right? Of course.
Yeah, there's no more secrets left in the deck, so who knows? Yep. It's like, oh, come on. Why'd you have to ice trap?
This is the third time he's had the shard in his hand. He's been up against 2 counter spells and 1 ice trap. But one of those, he had a coin.
Oh, another Misha.
Yeah.
Another Misha. Down to 5 life, though.
No, you can't just rip it, Fled. Unless you want to concede, in which case it'd be hilarious way to concede.
It's guaranteed ice trap. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out unless Habugabu has no damage in hand and rolls all Mishas.
If he plays it, it's to concede, I'm pretty sure.
Light Bomb is a no, it's not a clear.
He knows about the Huffer in hand, right, as well, because he put it there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it's guaranteed lethal.
I think he's going to shard to concede. That's my prediction for this play.
Oh, man, it's so close.
Quickly.
Heals, Irella, Nether Drake. Sure. That'll do it. Huffer to the face, and then you piercing shot it. This.
Yeah, and that's the priest gone, and the big deal here, obviously, isn't just the 1-0 we've been talking about, but also the rogue for Habu is now unchecked in the lineup.
It's gonna run rampant.
If the hunter doesn't do that first. 1-0, Habugabu needs to win this to be in with a very good chance of making it to the top 8. If he loses this, he has no chance of making the top 8. That was so close, TJ.
That was very close. A couple turns there where a top deck Purified Shard would have been lethal for Fled, but that's one of the downsides of completing the quest so darn quick.
Turn 8.
Turn 8 is that you still got 26 cards left in your deck, and you still have to draw the shard.
You'd have to thrive, but missed.
Had to thrive, but missed. Yep, but I mean, to be fair, the deck is mostly spells. There were still like, what, 13 or so spells left in the deck at that point. So it was like a 1 and 3, 1 and 4 to hit the shard, and then at any point, if Habugabu had seen like an insta pick from Thrive, would have probably developed the ice trap in that situation. But an entertaining game, nonetheless. The underdog Quest Priest almost made it out alive. But now Fled is going to move over to the Rogue. And yeah, so Rogue should have a reasonable time against the Quest Hunter. Outside of secret shenanigans earlier on, they just don't ramp up quick enough, don't get the damage in quick enough to stop Rogue. So I like Fled's matchup here against it.
And this is the Habu Gambit, right? He's gone with, you know what, Rogue has got good matchups against me, but it's not good enough that it should beat me 3 times. This is the whole crux of the lineup. We saw Fled's lineup, what it's supposed to be doing. We saw Habugabu win the mind games there with a Q order on game 1, but this is it now. Habu has said basically that his deck, somewhere along the line, his lineup will beat a Rogue without having a hard target on it. He's going to leave it up. And everybody else has said, no, that's not how you do this. You ban the Rogue or you ban the Druid, you don't, and you target the other one. Not target, but have an answer to the other one.
Yeah.
And Habu says, nah, I don't need it. I've got 3 45% shots and a better lineup because of it. Roughly, yeah, all generalizing before people go, well, this is 42%, this is 40%. You know what I mean.
I see you
right?
brought guests.
Yeah, behave. And you behave too, TJ.
I always behave.
Uh-huh.
Unless I don't.
Apart from always.
All right. We got a heck of a Hearthstone hand here for Habugabu.
Some stuff. There is some stuff. Oh my goodness.
Do you want to weave or do you want to chuck? I don't want to.
I
think I'm
ah,
gonna weave.
I wanted to chuck, to be honest, but he's going to weave.
Yeah.
That step
Ooh.
makes this a pretty tasty Edwin bounce, just because he needs cards, right?
However,
Stone by stone, storm wind.
could be a nice trap. I think you take the risk because if anything, you can just coin and then shadow step. Right, because it costs one. Other than one would guarantee that you burn the coin. One would be like a 33.3% chance that you burn the coin. Right, so
Repeating, of course.
repeating, of course. Okay.
But I think Fled had to do this turn. Like a lot of the time, you'll see people be greedy with Edwards, but he needs the cards. He doesn't have any of the other major cards in the deck. The weapons or the locations. Doing well here. Now he has everything.
Okay.
You trust the deck? Do you just go Edwinning, or do you just wait a bit longer? Okay, there's the answer.
Wants to go for one giant push.
Yep. And it is going to be one heck of a push.
Oh, it's gonna. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a push.
You're pushing.
Let's see what Habugabu's got going on their side.
He's got some secrets.
Yep.
And a barb net.
Yep.
A big green button.
Ooh. What does the button do?
2.
2? The button deals 2? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to press that. I only got to press it 13 more times.
I see where your weaving comes from now. Just this
And-
harbored belief that you're going to get 13 times the damages.
Yep. We're weaving again. Down to 24. Only 12 more times. Yep. There's the ice trap.
And he's running. You're not running.
So I think it's going to use Edwin as the reload. So this is a Draka turn, right? And then
Yeah,
next turn is an Edwin plus a graveyard turn. That's my guess.
I think you're right. He hasn't got the graveyard, which means he's going to have to find one. So the best time to do that is an Edwin turn. Find it as you go. He knows he's likely to hit one with all this going on. Oh.
I actually kind of would have liked to see Maestra prep.
Choose soon.
Yeah,
Spike that Maestra
me too.
and then Draka. Because then you keep your second Knoll alive.
Yep. I agree entirely.
Your Maestra would die to an explosive trap anyway. You'd have a second Bone Spike in hand. You'd be able to kill off the Knoll next turn if it lived. But hey, whatever.
Habu really hasn't got a lot to work with here, has he?
Yeah, so Spring the Trap actually is a single freezing trap left in the deck. There's already one up, so it does nothing. So you Piercing Shot and Weave.
Oh my goodness. I suppose, I mean, yeah, you've got to do
Or
damage
Piercing
somewhere.
Shot Explosive. Or just Aim Shot Explosive plus Hero Power. And then next turn you Piercing Shot the 3/1 Knoll.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that best.
And then question mark.
It's a bit question marky, but I like it best, I think. I think it does the most damage in the shortest time, and you hope the mana fixes itself somehow along the way next turn.
Yeah. Nope is going to go with option 1. Piercing Shot and Weave.
The weaving has begun. down to this Edwin then. Well, not all, but likely a lot of it's down to this Edwin.
do another Draka.
Okay. This might end up being quite a lot of actions, so he's got to make the decision what he's going to do fairly soon.
I don't know what the question is here.
No. Like, you're going to die in 2 turns. You kind of have to do something now, I feel.
Stone by stone, storm wind shall fall.
That was the question. Yeah, that went badly. Obviously. I'm not even sure it wasn't correct to overwrite your massive weapon there. Because there was so much choice. He's got far sight for some reason. Still not a location, and yeah, Fled's realizing that this game is quite possibly donezo.
I mean, can still make a pretty big Draka next turn. Like swing, then make a big Draka, right?
Is it in time?
Like,
though?
not out of the woods.
Time.
You quite possibly could be right.
Like, he should die over the course of this turn and next turn, even if he makes a 10-10 Draka, which I don't think he can. He's probably not going to get there. Will only be 2-0 down, of course, not 3-0, but just the mage left afterwards, and that's not well placed particularly.
Quickly.
Yeah, and Habugabu wisely just kind of going all in. Explosive Trap's another 2. This is going to put Flood down to 7.
Nets available. Okay.
Yeah, you just go in and then hope that there's not enough damage.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, just do what you can. Play a Draka, and like you say, get one more swing, it might get there. This won't get there, though.
That is going to get there. That's Tavish, Hero Power, Freezing Trap, Hero Power! Habugabu's done it!
Wow. 2-0 to Habugabu, 1 game away from definitely reaching the top 8 this week and giving himself a fantastic chance of reaching the top 8 in Global Grandmasters overall. Fledzo still 1 deck remaining, and it does need to sweep, and it is going to be that Spooky Mage.
The Spooky Mage.
But this is
the weird. It's the weird one.
Yeah, this is the deck though that the way that Habu's built his lineup, like the things he's given up by accepting that Rogue stays up and isn't targeted. He gets a few bits and pieces of edge against this mage just across the board, a few percent here and there. So Fled can definitely still win this, but Habu's lineup just paid a nod to mage being the 3rd deck, I think. That's why he brought the lineup he did. So in a very good spot with the way this has gone so far, obviously.
Yeah, going to be difficult to sweep with that mage, and a little bit brutal for Fled. I don't think there was anything he particularly did wrong, right? He was thinking about waiting 1 more turn because of that exact interaction, right? He could attack with the dagger first, then Edwin. Or attack with the dagger in the sequence of Edwin and still be able to play Cutlass, because there's just still 2 Cutlasses left in the deck. And it was even more unfortunate that it would just so happen to be the first card, right? If he got into like a 7/7 and then it was Cutlass, fine, you know, that like you're.
It's allowed,
good,
right?
but
It's going to happen. Yeah,
it's going to happen. But just that it was literally the first card, had no Shadow Step, and just had to kill off his own Edwin with a tooth to try and find something impactful.
I do
Was
wonder
why he waited so long to play it. and thought about waiting until next turn, but thought maybe I don't have time to wait.
I wonder if he was better placed just to go anyway. Give up the 6 extra attack.
Yeah, but then you die to, like, second freezing trap is there, so then your Edwin's never going to be able to attack in the second freezing trap.
Find a location, another minion that's stealth. I'm not saying it's great. I didn't like it. Even at the time, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Give up 6 attack now, but I have some cards. I might draw some direct damage. I get an Edwin, and probably I've got to find a location, or I'm dead anyway. I don't know. I don't think it was wrong. I think he did it the right way, but it was a curious, different way of doing it, but definitely not instinctive to give that much damage. I think you just got to hope that you just keep top decking stabs and stuff, to be fair. Okay. So, fled with the plenty of removal in this, which isn't really what you want against the Hunter, so this is going to be worse than your average spooky mage against Hunter just because of the slow nature of the deck he has.
Of these cowards chill.
This is a solid hand, though, to kick things off.
It is.
Going Dungeoneer into Dungeoneer into Theatar or Evoker. Probably Evoker because Theatar you kind of want to just keep to threaten quests. Bummer that didn't get the Frosties, but picks up a Wildfire, which is a nice little consolation prize.
Yep, sure. Might well need that later. Because this won't be particularly quick. It won't be slow, but it's going to be a race and it's going to have time to do its thing, so.
So if you're going to go Shell Shot Windprey this turn, it's still better to start with Shell Shot because you have the opportunity to hit the 2/3 first, and then the Windprey can go face.
Yep. However, this is Hearthstone, so of course it doesn't go in that order, but this is fine.
It's still the correct order because otherwise, you either take a chance to get 1 extra damage to face and have a 1/1 on board, or a guarantee to not get those things. So still the correct ordering.
Yep. He doesn't have a lot going on in his hand either, Habu, right now, obviously.
It's a nice little second Cold Case here. You can go Cold Case Wildfire into Cold Case Hero Power, into Magister Dawngrasp, which casts another Cold Case and another Wildfire.
Yep.
And then boom, like Kel'Thuzad's right around the corner, ready to deal a bunch of damage.
Right, he's just waiting there. Like a comedian, like, with a hammer, just sitting there. Little cartoon burglar.
Does Kel'Thuzad have a hammer? I don't think so.
What does he have? I should know this.
A flail?
Okay.
I don't know. Good up.
Yeah, typing.
Is it Kel'Thuzad the Inevitable?
I think he might be, actually.
It is. Kel'Thuzad has nothing. Wait, is it? He's got chains that are kind of, wrapping around him. Propped up by ethereal frost magic.
Got a bowl of porridge in his left hand.
No, those are his fingers.
Okay.
And Mr. Bigglesworth.
Absolutely, yeah. The brains of the outfit.
Yeah.
Bled's nodding. Confidence is coming back turn by turn.
Yep.
As he's seeing nothing happening on the other side of the board.
Rolling right through with this mage.
Yeah.
Right where I want you.
Secrets in this. Remember when this was just a straightforward deck, TJ? You just, before people had 40 health to deal with, you just like played some stuff and your opponent died. For those days.
I remember, yeah.
Now you've got secrets. Opponents have 40 health and you've got to fiddle around. Ugh. I miss the olden days. Decision time for Fled, properly now.
Yeah, it could be a Deathborn instead, but I think you just get the Dawn Grasp online. I don't know. Like it gains you 9 armor because you're casting a Cold Case, because the Flurry didn't actually cast to get Ice Trapped. And so that puts 2 more skeletons on board. If anything, you can just use those that Deathborn to clear up next turn. I think he's still quite healthy.
Also, I think that being mana efficient, mana efficiency, blah, 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 we all know it. But with this particular hand, where most of your cards are even numbers, you may end up floating a mana again next turn, which is kind
You
of...
wish to match wits with me, sunset.
Play this just because of mana efficiency.
Yeah.
And now next turn, whatever you choose to do is kind of plays the same. In terms of mana, you'll spend 8. Enough.
The tracks lead this way.
Ooh, Secret picked up. Oh, tracking into Multicaster.
That's the kind of stuff he needed. He was getting behind.
A lot of draw. Only problem is you got to play Explosive Trap with, I believe, 1 more quest progress. I guess you don't have to play Explosive Trap. You can just take the draw. Huffer!
Easy. Yeah, and your point being you don't want to get Theatard, right? Just to
Yes, exactly.
Thinking but not saying that, yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Okay, that did okay. One of the Huffers surviving was a big... Now Fled likely to take control. Oh, he's already taken control. Likely to maintain control of this. Unless there's an ungodly amount of Huffers on the way.
Insanity is no excuse.
Oh, he's going to take the Multicat. Ooh, okay. So this was a card chosen by tracking, right?
Yes.
So Fled has enough respect for Habugabu to think there's no way that he's ever going to let me de-guitar his quest reward, right? But I'm going to take the card that's trying to force him to set up for the quest completion, which is the multicaster, which is huge because Habugabu, that was like a fully juiced multicaster. There was Shell Shot, there was Frost, Nature, and Fire.
Yeah, I think he didn't play it, so something important didn't get stolen. So Fled just stole it all. That's source. 6 mana 2/2s. Never been my thing.
Habugabu was trying to think, like, can I play this? Does it matter? Probably not.
Which deck am I
Your
queuing?
power is at 4, I believe.
I can
I'll be
take
at
'em.
6.
Wait, not all of them.
Yep. So you can hear Par face at the end of this start block to go down just a tad quicker. And
I don't want any of these 8 cards. I have no choice anything else.
you done good, hand. You done good. Now get back in the deck. Solid Alibi is gonna be
later.
solid.
Yeah, sure is.
This is way better. This is a good hand. Nothing in the Gray Sage period, I don't think.
Meanwhile, on the other side, absolutely nothing happening. Void Drish, anyone? Fancy some of that? End this game?
Your bones will be added to the pile.
Yeah, power on 6, so Habu gives up.
The effort.
because he's not worth the effort, according to the voice line. And Fled gets one back. Just got to get two more wins now.
2 more wins. That's a good start, though. That was probably, I'd say, one of the toughest matchups. No Rogue left remaining, though, so maybe not. And apologies, but I can't do forever. My dog's could be barking for a second. But we should be all right. Just a fair warning. Yeah, this is a good start to the comeback for Fled, and it's just a solid curve, right? And just some good decision making along the way, like the timing of the Theatar, take away the multicaster. It just all worked out quite nicely for him. So I imagine Habugabu is going to go with Rogue next in terms of what to try and queue.
I mean, he can choose. It doesn't matter, right? At this point, he's got to queue them both at some point. So I imagine he'll try and get it done with it. I think we talk about the emotional side a lot, and I don't think it matters much. But Fled is the sort of person who gains confidence the more he wins. So might want to try and get it over with before Fled does get to that 2-all and get his confidence back. Obviously, they can't see each other. That's not how this works. But even so, I think we've seen enough of Fled that Habu might try that. And yeah, here it is. Tempo Rogue, folks.
Yep. No backstab, but a sprint. So, pros and cons to sprint. Pros, usually turn 5 is a turn that's slightly dead. Usually on turn 4 is when you're going to go in with either Draka or Graveyard, depending on the landscape of your hand and what matchup you're in. And so while that's kind of cooling down, right, while the doors are only slightly ajar on the Sinstone Graveyard and you cannot press the button on it, you can use Sprint to just refill your hand and then re-go again for the next time. Downsides to Sprint. It costs 5 mana. So if you have it in your opening hand, it's not going to fit into any of your sequences. If you draw from Edwin, it's going to block you from making a giant Edwin.
I see you've brought this.
And yeah, that's it. I mean, the deck is pretty one-dimensional, so there's not really many upsides or downsides to anything because the deck just doesn't really do that much.
Yeah, it is a curious choice. For the downsides seem pretty big, but Habu does seem to have, and he's not always right. I've definitely seen some Habu creations that we don't talk about. But he does have a good sense for, I can get away with this, where other people don't have that necessarily.
Yeah.
And largely, especially when he chooses to actually bring it to a tournament, having presumably tested it a bit, usually seems to be proved right with his instincts on these weird cards.
Yeah.
There's nobody else who's going to put a 5-mana card in a deck where you want everything to cost 0. It's just silly.
Yeah. All right. So we're probably going graveyard here.
On setting up.
Yep. And this.
Weasel wish.
Oh, yeah. Graveyard. Woo, spooky.
Fled is hoping to go Blizzard into Mass Polymorph.
Well, I want to freeze face here just to stop the first swing of a Draka turn, right? And then you can also just go for Amplified Snow Flurry, like next to it, so you have another freeze ping.
Yeah. So do that. Yeah, I was going to say I'd rather hold, but you can get it for free. So
Can't stop this snowstorm.
Oh, how about attacking next turn?
I mean, you can't just keep holding, right? Right?
Got to do it.
Am I right?
You're right.
Like, if you hold for another turn, you get frozen for another turn, you take another 5.
I mean, you just do it, and
Yeah.
I would just do it. Make a whole load of stuff. If Blizzard exists, then oof.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, not throwing things at your opponent at this point.
You do it all.
It's got it all. Board space, I guess you've got to keep an eye on, but it should be fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's a free trade because the Bone Spike is the only spell in hand. And now it just costs less.
You can't always trust what you see.
They get a prep, Bone Spike, Draka, then a Hutch. Buttons.
I've mastered the art of
You got perfect reload next turn with Edwin plus prep. You could even play a sprint.
The Blizzard will kill the 3/2, so there's space for the Edwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could even play a sprint. Oh my. Let the stalling commence.
Yeah. So next turn is going to be Dawn Grasp. Is it cast a Blizzard? Because it's the only frost spell that's been cast. And then you have Flurry. And then you have Solid Alibi. There's a lot of juice.
But then the doors will open and create more ghosts.
You also have a Freeze Face at some point, which Flood has not cashed in on. He just wants to not take all the damage at once, right?
Sure, yeah. All right, Blizzard number 2.
Yep. Also cast a Wildfire and an Arcane Intellect. Oh my gosh.
All right, now the game starts. We've done the whole, I can slow you down for a while sort of thing. Now Flair's just got to output the damage as quickly as possible. Did make that skeleton last turn as well.
Yeah.
And by using the location, just make a 2/2.
Yep.
Valuing a lot of damage here.
Stone by stone, Stormwind shall fall.
Noel's irritating here because it takes up a spot.
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh, he's got the Shadow Step now, so who cares, right?
That darn Blackwater Cutlass. You can actually Shadow Step the Edwin just to like help you draw through your deck the next turn. But Shadow Stepping a 7/7 seems a little bit irresponsible.
Yep. It does. Especially when the game, you haven't got that long. Fled is hitting you pretty consistently.
Yeah.
This does allow you to...
Oh, okay. Who am I to say something is irresponsible? Am I right?
I mean, it was irresponsible. It was wrong. I mean, it probably does imply that.
Alright. So, Solid Alibi is probably next in terms of defensive capabilities. Oh, you can go Theatar Solid Alibi.
Also worth noting,
Edwin.
He only used one location there. So that if there is another Blizzard or a Mass Poly, he still has an out to win the game.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got it, this is enough. If you have got it, okay, I need another way to do it.
Alright, so, yeah, I like the Theatar Solid Alibi.
I like it too.
Theatar, you take the Edwin.
Uh-huh. And Solid Alibi, you don't die, and you try and get it done within 2 turns. That's what he's calculating now. Does he think he can do it in 2 turns?
No waves can sink this ship.
Okay, now,
Now you...
well, you don't really need to. Like, Blizzard buys you a entire extra turn. Like, Solid Alibi is coming down certainly here.
Yeah, Alibi ping. Do you use your ping?
No, you don't use your ping.
It's 4, right? It's a lot. But yeah.
It's 4, yeah, but you want that for the freeze.
Okay.
He's still a ways off from a kill. Now we're going, what, Blizzard into Deathborn? After Deathborn comes the Flurry, right? Because then that'll isolate the remainder of the minions, or should, because that'll be turn 10. So it'll be 3 minions left.
Yeah, and you know that Habu doesn't really want to play Edwin this turn because part of the Edwin turn is throwing stuff at your opponent as you go through your deck, like the stats and stuff. And if they're going to do one, well, you can have that. Go for it.
Yeah.
Nicely planned so far, I Fled. I'm just looking at the damage available. Very good chance of getting there in 2 turns.
Choose soon.
This alibi has really locked this down quite hard.
Okay.
6 mana,
Actually
8
a cool play. Shadow Step doesn't have anything.
Wow.
What did it say that's left? All right, you're pinging this turn for sure. Okay, Deathborn, Flurry, ping.
Works. It just
And then
works.
next turn is ping plus Mordresh.
Yeah. And he's kept this ping for like 5 turns or something.
Oh my gosh, just brutal. Give him whatever. Yeah, and next turn should activate the Mordresh. Is the first ping to face to freeze dealt 2.
Whoa.
Okay. Deathborn? Hello? Okay. Still just dead Mordresh.
Nowhere near enough, yeah.
Yeah.
We go to game 5, TJ. I didn't expect this. After even
I-
after game 1, I didn't expect this.
Yeah. I also did not expect it. Yep, there's the Mordresh active. It was exactly 4 left remaining because it was only 2 dealt from the first ping after the Wildfire plus Snow Flurry. And then 4 the very last turn. And now the extra 4 for the Mordresh. So there you have it. Blood ties to the series 2-2. It's all going to come down to what? Is it Mage versus Mage?
Mage Mirror.
Oh,
We've seen Mage dominate the day, especially in the early parts of the day. Not quite so much in this broadcast. And it's going to be Mage on Mage. Different sort
Different
of
types though. Habugabu playing.
spells and super defective.
Yeah. I
What
don't
do you
even,
prefer?
no idea. Because they're both so much. They're both far away from the standard, right?
Yeah.
Played with like double mass polymorph, just like all the disruption possible. Habugabu with double Gorlock Ravager with only 4 Morlocks total. Just a 40 card big spell mage with a bunch of just random minions thrown in. They're not random. They all have a specific purpose.
I think I prefer having boxes here. With everything else being so random and so sort of equalizing against each other, I think having the boxes is what I want. But I'm quite happy to be wrong on that assessment. Obviously, having Mookie Skeletons is also some damage, but I feel like the box can just... I don't think the box is particularly amazing, but I think it can turn this around just by giving Habu something that makes way to win.
Okay. I think a lot of it comes down to who gets Dawngrass first and
First,
who gets
yeah.
Dawngrass rolling first.
Yeah, I think that's far more important than any lineup differences.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting mulligans here. For Fled, yeah, I'd just keep the Wildfire. Nightcloak Sanctum, you'd rather that be a Dawngrass. For Habugabu, I think Theatar is fine to keep unless you just want the Dawngrasp, but ripping the Dawngrasp away from your opponent could also be beneficial.
With so much rubbish in the deck, do you ever consider keeping the Parrot?
No.
Okay. Okay. Double Wildfire.
I've seen this before. And Fled lost.
But again, if it's a race to Dawn Grasp and you get them at the same time, I want to be the person who's got double Wildfire Dawn Grasp.
You sure? Because 5 is a very awkward number to try and beef your hero power up. Having your hero power on an odd number is actually quite difficult. I've seen this before too. This started the exact same way in Fled's other series. Double Wildfire into Coin Ping on a Far Watch post.
Now we're going to play 3 turns of pure arena.
Dethrone our former master.
Yep. Sounds about right.
At lightning pace, apparently. Suddenly, both players just decided, you know what? This is the most important Hearthstone match I've played all year. I'm just going to play every turn instantly.
Ooh.
I can take him.
Yeah. 4 mana, play it. One card that costs 4.
Not on the priest now, Fled.
Oh, 4 mana.
Yeah, but this one
Spend all your mana this turn.
doesn't pew anywhere near as much. How much are you valuing it now versus valuing setting up a Mordresh later? Take a view. That's sensible.
Can't stop
None of this irresponsible Edwin bouncing. Oh, flared advantage.
Oh no! Just use it, yeah. Don't let the trades come in so you can deathboard next turn.
I bring the muscle and the magic.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sure. That was the minion phase, the 3 turns of arena before it just never moves ever again.
Yep. Nice ping there by Habugabu, who plays around Deathborn as much as possible. Yeah, that's still going to get the 3, but would have been able to clear the Barbaric Sorcerers nearly. Get 4.
Boxed.
All right.
Here they come.
Hot streak. Bring water.
Oh, that's one of the best.
Doesn't hit a spell. Ignite. Pyro to the face. Oh, to the 3/1. Runes. That was a pretty weak box.
Yeah, they usually are. Well, they're not usually very.
You wish to
It's the repeated boxing that's worth it, isn't it? You need to get one good one. You there, the importance of the Dawn Grasp and Habu's reactions.
Oh wait, no, it's a 6 because it recast 1. The hero power's at 6. Wait.
Yes, it should be, right?
That's at 1. 2 wildfires brings it up to a 3. 4 brings it up to 4. Another wildfire, now it's 5. I was right the first time. Why did I question myself?
Oh, Pyro face this time.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mech in this deck from Habugabu. If it's a 5, gets a nice little free hero power upgrade. It is a 5. Now it's a 7.
Yeah, that's getting damaging. Habu's got another box.
Just rip the cold case.
Yeah.
No, it's between Oasis Ally, Explosive Runes, and Counterspell.
You can't stop this snowstorm.
3 more damage to the face, however. Okay, now it has it narrowed down to Oasis Ally. Let's check for everything else. The problem with this deck that I found when playing with this deck from Flood is that,
Oh my.
like, at a certain point, you're literally just pinging face, and that's what you're doing. Especially against slower decks like this, because you have like double Deathborn, double Blizzard, double Mass Polymorph, double Starfish, double Flurry, double Solid Alibi. Like against the slower matchups, you're just pinging face every turn and holding. Because you have no ways to advance your game plan, not many ways to draw cards. All right, 2 more runes. Here we go. Ignite. Okay, there are now 2 ignite, 2 3 damage ignites in the deck.
And Fled is getting slowly, like...
Bring water.
Away.
Oh, Dawn Grasp.
Okay.
Frozen Touch.
So close. Oh my goodness. It was so close.
Wah. See, you just ping every turn. The deck is so defensive in nature. that the only thing you can do every turn is just ping. The cards he's looking for is like Arcane Intellect, and that's it. But this is just legitimately a race.
It's so close as well.
So Habugabu is going to be at 4. His Hero Power is going to be at 4.
He's trying to get Fled to learn a card of use here.
He's at 9
Can't
cards.
add up. Yeah, can't add up.
Oh, doesn't want to play that.
Oh my.
Because it has 4 health. Oh, wait, can Brand Mordrish
He can.
next turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I want to play the Mordrish because I want to Brand Mordrish next turn.
I think I want to do that.
Spotted it. But it's still not a 2-turn. Now Habugabu gets to go Bran, Reckless Apprentice, and then that'll kill the Mordresh, upgrade the Hero Power, and then Hero Power face for 6. So that'll push 14 damage. And so he's just a Mordresh top deck away.
Or there's 2 ignites in there as well, right?
2 ignites away, yeah.
This
And
is
any
so
one
close.
of those drawn. Yeah,
Yeah.
You brand Reckless and then Hero Power face. That pushes 14.
Yep. And then you've got 6 on the ping and any damage.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
I can take him.
But if Fled picks up his own Reckless Apprentice, it's just lethal.
Yeah. Is it?
But there's only 1 left in the deck.
Okay. Really does all come down to these next couple of turns. Good luck, everybody.
Ooh, they're both just
I'm
praying.
feeling the same.
What's the draw? Nightcloak Sanctum. It's useless.
Do anything. I mean, obviously, you can Blizzard does not die, but can he do anything?
If you leave Bran up, I don't think it matters. Oh, Belinda. Wait a second.
With coin?
No, just Belinda could draw an Ignite.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's 2 Drakefire Amulets and 2 Ignites.
That's it, yeah. So it's a 1 in...
It's 50-50, right?
You draw 2 cards.
You draw 2 cards. And
It's 1 in
there's
6
4
to
spells.
go wrong. You have to draw Drakefire. Oh, he needs both. He needs both. Okay, sure.
No, he only needs 1 Ignite.
Yeah, so it's 1 in 6 to go wrong then. Because you have to draw Drakefire.
Ah, yeah.
Any other combination, you win.
Sun sets.
So 5 in 6 off the Belinda with those 4 spells remaining.
Stay where you are.
So it is very likely lethal here for Habugabu.
Can't stop
Yeah.
this snowstorm. Time has come to dethrone our former
Oh, he thinks it's lethal, so we
He
miscount.
drew Drakefire Amulet, so now it's guaranteed. Oh no, he just left the minions up so he could Starfish.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I assumed he had Blizzarded.
He also drew Drakefire Amulet, so it was guaranteed if he just played Belinda and got into Ignite. So there's multiple ways to get lethal. We were tunnel on that one. But there you go, Habugabu wins the series. Fled throws out the heart. You know, that was a very well played series. I thought that Fled was down and out, right? Down 0-2 with just mages left remaining against, let's be honest, decks that doesn't have that great of chances to beat, or at least not like 3 games in a row. Brought us all the way to game 5. And that does mean that Fled is also out of Grandmasters. And I just want to say, and we'll talk about Habugabu in a minute because I know you won, but
Go for this.
Fled has given us endless amounts of entertainment through our Hearthstone Grandmasters over the last 2 years. Like, came in as like the absolute meta breaker, dominated in last year's standing weeks with crazy lineups. It was the king of not playing on Friday for so long because he either 0-2'd his group or 2-0'd his group. And, you know, never missed playoffs. So it was, you know, just a fantastic experience being able to watch Fled over the past few years. playing Grandmasters.
Yep, you've done basically what I was going to do as well. I feel exactly the same way. We'll not forget him winning on his birthday with cakes and people and goodness knows what all around the bed and everything about Fled, who's brought this on purpose, by the way, entertainment for us. He chooses to entertain us as well as enjoy himself and try to win. He makes it very clear that he believes that his job as a pro Hearthstone player is to make you people watching now enjoy the show, and I think he's done that fantastically. So thank you, Fled, for everything you've done over the last couple of years. I appreciate it too.
Now, the last thing he needs to do is reach down to the bottom bunk and give Gamer RBG one last high five.
Yep, absolutely. But in happy
I'm not going to even
Habugabu.
explain that one. If you didn't turn into America's Grandmasters for the last 2 years to get that joke, then that's on you. That's on you. But the man of the moment is Habugabu, making out of groups. And we're losing America's players left and right, but happy for Levick and Habugabu. I think Levick played exceptionally, and Habugabu had sort of a unique lineup for the field, adding in the Quest Hunter, which really did some work for him in this series versus Fled. So very deserving victors, and Habugabu could be safe, but needs to win a couple more to really feel it. Currently at 5 points, which puts him like tied for 5th or something, somewhere along those lines. But there's players above him that still have opportunity to earn points, which is a bit scary. Players below him that still have an opportunity to earn points. So going to want a couple more wins under the belt in order to secure that playoff spot.
Yeah, I feel Levitt gets a little bit of a rough deal from us, the casters, in general. I think we overlook him a little bit too much. He just makes a lot of subtly really good plays that don't make us scream and shout, but they just win games. A few of those earlier today. If you watch his match earlier, I'm sure you'll be able to pick those up. But obviously, the headline name this year has been between Habugabu and Fury Hunter, and Habu's there once again battling it out. So, been a fantastic day's action. There's been a lot going on, both with regards to the actual games we've watched, and also, of course, who's going to make it into that important top 8 for the playoffs later in the month.
Yeah, we have sort of a dramatic few days ahead. You know, the last week of the regular season sort of snuck up on us because we had so much going on. We had guest casters and then a Masters tour, but I mean, we're watching players before our eyes play their last matches in Grandmasters, which is quite a sight to behold, especially players that have been around for a while, who've been playing Grandmasters since the very beginning. There's not that many of them left, to be quite honest. And the ones that are left are actually pretty far up in the standings. So,
one of them very high up in the standings.
Yeah, who's been there since the beginning that's still left? Chunsu,
Bunny Hopper,
Possessi, and Bunny Hopper. There's only 3.
Just the 2. But Possessi missed seasons 1 and 2. He qualified by coming like top 3 at Bucharest or something.
Oh, really?
I think so. Hang on, I have it on this sheet that I prepare for all the casters every week. He missed seasons 1 and 2, yeah.
Okay. Shows you how much I've never paid attention to Asia Pacific. To be fair, when I lived on the West Coast, it was on at a crazy early time. Now I can usually catch like the second half, but it started something ridiculous like 2:30 a.m. my time. And that was back when, as an America's caster, we had to cast 12 hours of Control Warrior Specialist mirrors every single day that we showed up to work. So it's only fair that you cut me some slack. But so yeah,
only there was a sheet you could read.
There's so much, Neil. This is not a dig at you. There are so many stats that you create. Not a dig on you. This is actually commending you. There are a million different stats. There's thousands of sheets every single week that you prepare. None of them, however, show which country has the highest potato production. And with that, we're going to have to go. So we'll return tomorrow, same time, same place, with day number 2 of the final week of the regular season for Hearthstone Grandmasters last call. And then we're going to run on into Sunday, where we're going to have our top 8. So should be fun. But we're done. So from myself, from Neil, from the broadcast crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Hearthstone action.
gets a bless off the top. Pescoa 2-0 up in the finals. It looked rough for him for a moment. The shard of the Naru was so clutch.
He tried so hard. He set up a lethal himself with the Void Shard and Shadow Form on the next turn, even if his Sethek got cleared. It was as good a plan as any.
There it is! The Battlemaster off the top for Yala.